Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thundertron podcast. So today I'm discussing and giving you my thoughts on the recently revealed Transformers Takara Tomy Lunar Cruiser Optimus Prime. The price is $75. The release date is June 30th, 2024. So just getting into my thoughts on this figure. Of course, please leave yours all in the comment section down below. Will you be picking this up or will you be passing on it? And do you think this figure is worth that $75 price point? I do have to say, I read the description, all of what was there on Hasbro. They really don't say how tall this is or how many points of articulation is. I'm assuming it's probably a decent size because it is $75. That's a hefty price tag, almost Commander class price tag. Typically Commander classes vary between, I would say, about $85 and $90 depending where you're buying it. So I'm assuming this might be around Siege Jetfire size, maybe Commander class Armada Optimus Prime size, like in its combined form. It should be. Hopefully it is. I really don't know. I'm just guessing. But getting into my thoughts of the rope mode, I gotta say, this is not working for me. I do like his alt mode, his Lunar Cruiser alt mode, his kind of Land Rover type thing. That works. I think that looks really cool. But in my opinion, the robot mode really doesn't work for me. I think they did a better job on the kind of camera Optimus Prime, I took a look at, I think over a month ago, almost a month and a half ago. That one worked better because I don't really think they incorporated all of the pieces from the alt mode very well. It kind of, to me, just looks like, the classic Optimus Prime is just like wearing the kibble. He's just wearing the pieces from the Land Rover or the Lunar Cruiser. It really doesn't seem like they incorporated these sort of moon pieces, these vehicle pieces into the figure that well. Because the the base of the figure, you can definitely see the resemblances to the classic Optimus Prime design. The blue and the red and the yellow. Even the head sculpt looks quite similar, which that is fine. Even the Optimus Prime, the camera Optimus Prime, he did have somewhat of the classic Optimus Prime head sculpts, but they actually did have a little small built-in camera into his forehead, which I thought was a really nice detail. They slightly changed it. And as far as accessories go, he does come with a solar panel and a matrix leadership. I'm assuming it's removable. They really don't actually fully state that, but I'm assuming it is. And the sort of solar panel kind of panel piece, I'm assuming can act as, a solar panel in the alt mode, but it can also act as kind of a shield in this mode, which I actually kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. But it to me just kind of looks like a normal Optimus Prime, pretty much just wearing kibble, because the base of the figure, like the chest, the head, the front of the legs, the waist, just seems like Optimus Prime, and then they just slapped kibble onto there, which doesn't look that great to me. I think they incorporated all those camera bits into that Optimus Prime that I was mentioning earlier a lot better. Like, he has the huge lens piece on his chest, he has camera buttons, on his legs, his shoulders, his arms are all very different from a typical Optimus Prime. Yes, of course, he does have the standard Optimus Prime deco, like the red and blue. That is true, but it doesn't, immediately just automatically look like an Optimus Prime. Like, this just kind of looks like they took an Optimus Prime that they were possibly going to be making, as a normal figure, and just thought, oh, we can be cheap, and just added some extra pieces to it, and oh, brand new figure, It just doesn't seem, I would say, very original. They probably should have tried and maybe made the Optimus a bit more interesting. Like, maybe they could have just changed the deco, because it is very similar to Optimus Prime, which, to be truth be told, people might actually like this. They might like how some of it is the classic Optimus Prime, how it's kind of a merge of a Lunar Cruiser Optimus Prime and a normal Optimus Prime. Me personally, it doesn't look that good. It looks kind of cheap to me. Kind of looks like he's just wearing kibble from his alt mode. But if you like it, of course, that's perfectly fine. You can like it. I just think maybe they shouldn't have had that red and blue and gray. It should have been the same colors as the alt mode, like white and blue and orange or something. I think that would have been far more interesting in my opinion. But into the alt mode, I actually do quite like it. I think of the two modes, this is definitely the stronger one, in my opinion. I think it looks really cool. I do love the huge big silver tires, the cool canisters on the side. There's actually a few brand names on there, which is cool. There's actually a huge satellite dish, and the solar panel, as one of his accessories, you can kind of display that in several different ways on all the modes, which is a nice option. He actually does have a few kind of antennas here and there, and I do like the really cool kind of dome shape for the cockpit done in transparent orange. They should have taken some of these details, like the white, and the silver from the tires, tires, the transparent orange, and they should have put that on the other mode. They should have just made it a bit more interesting, you know, done some silver, some white, but they pretty much just got, you know, the plain Optimus Prime and just stuck some kibble on it, you know. It just seems to me that most likely, I think they probably put most of their effort and budget into this alt mode more than the robot, I think. I think this came first, and they were like, oh yeah, what about the robot mode? I think it came after, but that seems how it is to me. I could be wrong. It just kind of appears that way to me. But yeah, it looks pretty fun. It looks pretty fun. Probably not one I'm going to be getting, you know, because as you can probably tell, I don't like the robot mode that much. The alt mode is fun, but probably not worth paying, you know, almost 80 bucks for after shipping and tax. But if you do like this, if you do like the robot mode, that's perfectly fine. Of course, please leave all your thoughts on this figure in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my critiques on the robot mode, or do you think it works? If you do, that's perfectly fine. You have a right to your opinion. I just don't think it works. I think they probably could have just incorporated the pieces a bit better, because it kind of just seems like he's wearing kibble to me. It just does not work that well. But I think it's fun. I think this probably will appeal to some people, you know, who want, you know, a bit of a change from that Optimus Prime, you know, that they're used to. I think if they want something a bit different. But to be honest, truth be told, if you want like a different Optimus Prime, you know, no matter what it looks like, I would get that Canon Transformers Collaborative Optimus Prime. You can get that anywhere, you know, not sponsored or anything, just a suggestion. You know, like if you want, you know, a non, you know, just classic Optimus Prime, if you want something a bit different that you're not used to, between this and the Camera Optimus Prime, I would definitely get the Camera Optimus Prime. That's not a perfect figure, it's just far more interesting in both modes than this one, in my opinion. It is pretty pricey. That I will say this does have one thing going for it. That Camera Optimus Prime was almost like 150 bucks, which I don't think is completely worth it. I think it's more close to 100, you know. This is, you know, cheaper, which you know, right now at this current time of me recording the audio, I don't know how big it is. It might be smaller than that Camera Optimus Prime. That one is a good size. That one's a good, decent size, almost Commander class size. So I still don't think even for its size it's worth $150, but it probably will be bigger than this, but we have yet to see. I really don't know. Maybe once some in-hand images and some reviews go up, we'll actually have the height. You know, if I were to purchase this, I would expect it to be, you know, Commander class Jetfire size. So hopefully it is, because if it's not, that would say it's a ripoff. But I hope you enjoyed this segment. I apologize if it was, you know, too negative. I was just really sharing my opinions. I was trying to put a somewhat of a positive twist on it, but I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.